But let's start with somebody's even worse than Italy, maybe, or more disarray.
Can't be.
Although they'll have no trouble qualifying for the Euros, unlike Italy. And that's Germany. And a 4-1 loss against Japan. Not unprecedented, because obviously Japan gave them a hiding at the World Cup. But enough for people to completely lose faith in Hansi Flick. And to discuss this, let's talk with Archie.
Archie!
There he is. Archie, at the top, part of me says, all right, it weren't good, but it was a friendly. You were in it kind of close to the end. I'm wondering, is Flick not gone for the 4-1 loss as much as he is for all the weirdo experiments that he's been doing, like in this game with Joshua Kimmich at right back and Schlotterbeck at left back and all this nonsense?
I think weirdo experiments is a good way to put it. And it's also the overall performances and the results, despite them, they're all friendlies for Germany because they automatically qualify, as you alluded to, because they are hosting the Euros next summer. And the reason he's gone is because it was heading for catastrophic consequences for Germany. And whilst you say they were in the game until the end, they shouldn't have been. Japan had several one-on-one chances where it required miraculous saves from Marc-Andre ter Stegen to bail them out. And if you look at the XG as well, it's not good reading for Germany. And the way they played, it wasn't, I would say, symbolic of a team that was really looking to save their coach. They looked out of ideas. They looked confused. And that has been the pattern with Germany so often under Hansi Flick. And somehow they have moved backwards from what was another disastrous World Cup campaign. And the things that Hansi Flick didn't really add up. 2
straight World Cups, not getting out of the group stage. And okay, first time around, obviously Flick wasn't there, and it was kind of funny, or some of us enjoyed it against Korea and whatever. But this last time was pretty grim. I want to ask you, though, we have this image of German football, of like, yes, they're organized and disciplined, and they always plan ahead. And this whole Das Reboot generation, this whole stuff's worn really, really thin. This, to me, feels like chaos, because it's not like Flick became weird and was getting bad results and people didn't understand what he was doing all of a sudden. It's been like this for a long time. It feels to me like it is a gut reaction, sacking somebody from, Saturday to Tuesday, or Friday to Tuesday, or whatever it was. Couldn't they wait until afterwards? I mean, what do they hope to do by sending Rudi Völler out there against France in what is another relevant game, other than just, biding time?
I think playing the game in Wolfsburg as they did on Saturday against Japan, where they were struggling to sell tickets for the game as well, and the fact that the fans there, even during the build-up play, were whistling the team, and those whistles got louder at both half-time and at full-time. So imagine that then on a bigger scale in Dortmund against France. That would have been even worse for them. And the fact is, during the summer, they drew with Ukraine, they lost to Poland, they lost to Colombia, they lost to Belgium back in March, when they were fortunate that it was only 3-2, given the amount of chances, again, that Belgium had during that game. The trend, as they say in Germany, was not Hansi Flick's friend. They have been on this route for a while, and I think it's an understandable decision because of also, of course, he had the success in the Champions League with Bayern. The thing is, I don't think Hansi Flick has changed. He's always retained this gung-ho mentality, and the difference is that at Bayern, one of the things he had was this one-man sweeping machine called the Roadrunner in Alphonso Davies. And with Germany, you can't afford to be that high risk, because the defensive talent that they have isn't good enough. And I think that he built it too much around his ideas of what he had at Bayern, rather than playing to, okay, well, what are the weaknesses of my team and how can I protect those?
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.